A seemingly racist man goes onto the London metro and punches a random stranger in the face. Luckily, this woman is there to protect him, and he doesn't get away unscathed. We're going to take a look at the video first.
This is Upton Park.
Okay. So the police have caught the 33-year-old man. We don't necessarily know what provoked the assault itself, but we do know that the woman immediately gets up and drops everything and just chases after him into the distance, as you saw. Now, that's pretty cool. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of awesome
it's
when
gutsy. He's
see
not a small
heroic
guy.
Feats. I know. Why do you think? What motivated him? You think?
I don't know. I mean. To put it lightly, the guy seems like a dick. I mean, and that's me being polite, and I just said dick. And I think that he is a dick.
Yeah, obviously.
A rude...
And by the way, the London British Transport Police spoke about the arrest and said, a 33-year-old man was arrested on suspicion of assault, occasioning ABH, and using threatening, abusive words, behavior, or disorderly behavior likely to cause harassment, alarm, or distress. He has been bailed until the 14th of November.
Oh, this makes my stomach sick. A violent man, a violent bad guy who's just out there to ruin people's days and be mean and hurt people. And you know, I can't say enough good things about this woman and how she just totally sprung into action. You know what it makes me think, Hasan? Whenever we report on stories like this, it makes me wonder, what would I do if I was in that situation? And God, I hope.
You would run faster. Like I'm thinking, like as after you punch the old Asian man, you would probably run away quicker than the.
No, you're the worst.
That's what you would do.
You loved that joke.
Or you would also punch the woman and then run away.
If I was the woman who ran after the man, obviously not the violent man on the loose.
Grace gets pretty violent. From time to time.
I would hope that I would jump out of my seat and drop what I was doing and, you know, run after this guy. I'm like talking to you right now and my stomach is upset from watching that. It's hard to watch. This poor guy was just sitting there.
Night.
I didn't have old cheese last night.
Okay, new cheese.
I didn't have
Sometimes
any
cheese can
cheese
upset your
last
stomach
night.
if you're lactose intolerant.
Okay, look, I want to get your thoughts. I'm upset.
I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm glad that this lady was super heroic and ran up after this guy.
What
Honestly,
would you do?
Here's what I would say. Okay, I'm a pretty big dude, and usually I hope I would react in a similar fashion. I don't think I've ever been involved in a situation that ever escalated to that level where someone was punched or anything like. Actually, that's not true. In college, I would break up fights all the time, but those were fights, and they were happening in front of me. I never had to like chase down someone. I'm not very fast though, so I don't know if I'd be able to catch him. But here's what I would say: you never know what the intentions behind a certain act are, and you also don't know what kind of weapons that person may have. So in an instance where you feel like you want to be heroic, oftentimes it's better not to. I'm not gonna lie. I think if you want to preserve yourself, if you want to stay safe, like for example, if you saw someone stealing something from someone, right, with a weapon, and it seems like an unstable person is doing that, don't try to interfere. Call the cops. Take a photo of the person. Or unless you see that person in serious harm, like he's about to be physically assaulted or something, and then you make the decision on whether or not you want to put yourself in danger as well. Because from a utilitarian perspective, you must think that if that person has a weapon and he attacks one individual, and then you try to stop him, and then he attacks you as well, you might.
It's scary. It's scary to think of situations like that where you are an innocent bystander. You know, how do you react? My counter argument would be, a lot of times in situations such as those, you don't really have time to think. You know, it's either.
That's why I'm saying establish that thought in your head. If you're ever, let's say, being robbed by someone at gunpoint or being robbed by someone who seems unstable and could possibly hurt you, just give them what they want and run away, or run away in general. But in this case, I don't know. I feel like I would probably chase after the guy as well. But then again, I'm a pretty big dude.
It's a knee-jerk reaction type thing, and everyone has either a fight or flight instinct within themselves. And obviously, this woman had a fight instinct. I am not sure what mine is. I know that the closest thing that I can relate to in this situation was one time in college, I was walking home with a friend of mine. It was late at night, and I recognized a girl. We were in a parking lot. I recognized a girl who was surrounded by 3 guys, and they were kind of giving her a hard time. They weren't pushing her or touching her, but they were surrounding her, and she was saying that she wanted to go home. She just wanted to be left alone, like, leave me alone. And I could tell that they knew her a little bit, but they weren't listening to her, you know? So I recognized this girl, and I went up to her, and I just sort of asked, she was drunk. I said, "Are you okay? Let me walk you home." And I gave her a hug, and they asked who I was and how I knew her, and I was like, "It seems like she wants you guys to leave them alone, to leave her alone." And I de-escalated it by talking to them, but I remember my heart was beating in my chest because I was super outnumbered, and they were big, bigger guys, and they definitely were. Everyone had been drinking, and I was sober, and it just seemed like a situation was about to get maybe a little bit out of hand. And then, she was able to get home okay, and I had
That's
her.
awesome, and that takes guts. Like that's.
But there was this. But I remember as I was walking, I was like, I could just kind of keep walking because. I don't know where this could go, but
Well, you don't know where it could have went for her as well.
Exactly.
And that's pretty awesome that you did that.
Well, I'm just saying that in those situations, I wasn't really weighing the, oh no, what if one of them gets violent, or what if it really seems like it's getting a little bit rowdy. Instead, what I was thinking is I will, this girl is, I have to go to this girl. So I don't know. I wonder what her thought process was. It'll be interesting to see if she does interviews following the event.
Yeah, well, a similar situation happened to me when I was in 8th grade, where I tried to save my brother from getting his ass beat and then promptly got my ass beat by 7 people. So, like I said, there's a different side to that as well. Like, being a hero every time isn't necessarily the best option. Just weigh the situation, or maybe just feel it out. If you feel like you want to fight and protect the innocent, go for it. But if there's a weapon, I probably would.
But I think what we can both agree on is don't punch strangers on the subway.
Yeah.
Don't be a douche.
Unless you're Grace. She punches strangers on the subway all the time. It's really weird. But we want to hear from you guys. What did you think about this video? Leave us your thoughts in the comment section below. And we'll see you next time on Pop Trigger.